Oh, scaring the deer off in the background. They don't know what the hell's going on. Get out of the bay! These crazy shanty boaters. Okay, just cruising down the river here, and this is some of the stuff you gotta watch out for, especially after any kind of storm. Doesn't matter. Those are two big logs. They're just keeping an eye out for them. First barge we've seen in a couple of days. It's kind of unfortunate. He's got us pushed over into a debris field. There's a lot of logs and other stuff out here floating around. And I had to get out of his way. For sure. More debris. Look up here and see. It's just gone by a bunch of it. A bunch of it over here, just sticks and other garbage. And we're just kind of darting around in between it all. Yeah. This is definitely killing our speed. But we got stuff out there, some serious stuff floating around out here that we gotta look out for. But it is, and we're dealing with it. There are entire trees floating around in here. Okay, this is my point of view. See, Brenton's up there leading the way. I do have a partially blocked view from the totes, but it's not that bad. I just do this or whatever and see around them. See that tote over there. The deck is a complete mess. All of my anchor lines are frozen solid, like steel cable or something like that. The view if I'm standing up. Before I was down here. This is a good view of the depth finder, the radio. Here's the compass, the navionics. Hold on a second. There's Brenton, and we are just about 5 miles from Canton. There's the bridge up there. We just got to get on the other side of that, and then we can get hunkered down. There we go. Made it to Canton. Tried to get through the ice on the thing. I decided it was too thick. I wouldn't push my luck. I got a fire started. You can see the smoke coming out of this chimney, and Brenton's just on the other side of me. Yep, all is good. We're going to hang out here and see if we can't get iced in for the next week. And we got an easy walk to town. Oh, there's Brenton. He's filming me and I'm filming him. But we got an easy walk to town to get resupplies and everything. It's all good. We got a nice sunset. Not anything much to complain about at all. I like it. So, still have a whole bunch of ice and snow up on the roof and the solar panels. Yeah, it's about that thick. So I'm just going to try to get some of this off and get better power outage or output from my solar panels. Yeah, you can see it's, I gotta be careful because here's how thick this crap is. And it was snow and then the water or rain and then it melted and it all just turned to ice basically. But yeah. Yep, so anyway, I'm gonna put the camera back over here and see. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a big chunk. Oh yeah, get out of there. I have 3 different sets of solar panels. I have the two 100s. These replaced 2 older 100s that I had. These are Harbor Freight. I don't know the manufacturer of this one. This is a 310. And then I have the older solar panels that came with the boat from the previous owner. And those are 50 watts a piece, putting out a total of 200. So all those go into their own separate charge controllers. Otherwise, it'll drop down to the lowest power output that you have for your system. So if I did these two, like say the two 100 watts with the 300 watts, I'd get a max of 200 watts out of it, something like that. It's just not convenient or easy, but you know, it's doable. Well, there we go. We're getting ready to pull out of here. I just pulled off the shore. I was a little high centered. I know better, but it got caught. You know, I was on the shore. Water level dropped probably about 3 or 4 inches last night. Not a big deal as usual. I just wiggled my ass and pulled myself off the shore. But anyway, we are getting ready to head out. As you can see, the bay is still quite frozen. Not frozen in. It did start freezing around us. So this is the water that had been frozen before. See the water there? It started freezing up again. So the thick stuff is that back there, and then the really thin stuff right there. You can kind of, yeah. This is. I would definitely come back if I come back on the Barkley side and all that stuff. I would come here before I went to the LBL, to be honest. On our way north, and there's a whole bunch of ice that I just had to go around and through. And it doesn't look like it's too thick, but it's hard to tell. It's thick enough that it whitened up, so it seems to go for quite a ways. So I got some more of that up ahead, up here. I'm just going to try to dodge that and go around it, go through it. Definitely had enough ice breaking on this trip. Don't want to go over it, so. Yep. A little bit more on the side there. I got some more that's broken free right up in the front. I don't know how easy you can see that or not, but yeah, just different kind of debris. Yeah. First barge of the day. We're right side of the channel to make sure I give him plenty of room. And he's on the inside part of it. Only thing else on the water moving today so far is me, Brenton, and this one barge. Yeah, you can already see the wake's going to catch me. It's going to catch me right before that guy, because in front of that. Okay. Let me get back in here. Yeah, there should be a little hole slap here. Not too bad. There's a castle. Some kind of a jail or a prison or something like that. And there are little windy turns and everything, following the channel. A little bit out of it, but not really. Yeah, let's see if I get some better shots of that. We got about 5 more miles to get to Grand Rivers up there, but just an amazing travel day. The whole day's been like this. Let me flip the camera around. Just smooth, no wind, no rain, no nothing. Just an amazing, calm day to travel. And we're doing, I believe it was 33 miles today altogether. So pretty good travel day. We still got about like an hour left, but this is awesome. Yeah, this is what you like. This is what you want. White caps are no good unless they're at your back, but yeah, it's just everything's still frozen up and around here, but the bays are clear. It's up to, what do we got? We got 39 degrees outside. I have it 63 inside here. Doing fair. But yeah, nice and calm, and we've had time to watch movies and do all kinds of other stuff. Drink lunch. You can actually walk away from it and it doesn't take off in a weird direction. Yeah. This, you know. There's Brent back there. He's coming up along me. Beside me. Yeah. See how his boat looks cruising through the water. Does a pretty good job gliding through for being a work barge. Yeah, now we're getting close to our destination. There's Barkley Dam and lock. I guess I get a focus. Don't want to focus. There's Brenton up ahead, leading the way in. And there's the lock right over there. Barkley Dam. There's the entrance to the lock right there. Alright, he went in there and gave it a shot, and I'm going to try this with the 90s. Okay. Slow it down and ease up on it. Ease up on it as much as I can. Back this up a little bit. And use the weight of the boat. Power the motor to push it up on the ice, and then the weight of the boat to this is pretty thick. Alright, I gotta get off the camera. Yeah, you can see how thick this ice is. It doesn't look that thick, but sure as hell is. It's all the way around. So I think we're not going to be able to stay here. We're going to have to probably anchor out or do something, but yeah. That's definitely thick enough I could mess up the hole if I'm not careful. So we're gonna go with plan B. Okay, so we were anchored out all night, kind of getting tossed around by the wind. So I'm coming over here to check on the ice conditions and see if this ice is thin enough to allow me to get to that little dock right there. Dock right there. All right, yeah, I just pulled in there. Just pulled in there and kind of gave it a little test, and it's still pretty thick. And if we do get in there, we probably won't get out unless it, thaws out the rest of the way. But that ice built up there, it just form around us. Looks like Britain's over there. If he's got access to that, then we'd be set. But yeah, it looks like he's almost there. Where is he? Yeah, there he is, dead ahead. Can't see in the sun. But yeah. Oh, he's backed up, got a little bit of a speed at it. Yeah. Oh, scaring the deer off in the background. They don't know what the hell's going on. Get out of the bay! These crazy shanty boaters. Oh, that's a lot of them. A lot of free-range turkey up there. Yeah, he's busting. Oh yeah, I can see, look at that, he's pushing hard. Oh yeah, his boats, you can see his boat's up at an angle. So he's on the ice, I had to get turned around. Looks like he's trying to back off the ice now. The wind is really bad out here, it's pushing me all over the place. There he goes, making another run at it. Yeah, he's determined to get onto that dock. Foot's on the dock. Where is he? There he is. Oh yeah, he's tying up to a cleat right now. He did it. Way to go, Brenton. I just gotta take a quick picture. You can see all the ice that came up on the ice, the other ice. Yeah, he busted it up and got to the dock though. That's a hell of an accomplishment when that ice is that thick. You can see his boat's still kind of at an angle, so he's still up on the ice on the front port side. Quick shot. To see me, she's like, "Where have you been? Look, we're ashore. We made it." So this is really thick. That stuff right there. This is obviously thawed out, and that's probably thawed out and frozen again. That's probably why it's white. But even this stuff that clearly looks translucent and you don't think it's that thick. You can look at this right here at the front of his boat. And that's only half of it coming out of the water. Well, yeah. So that's at least about 2.5, maybe 3 inches thick. And he's just got a big plate of it that his boat's sitting on top of. Shatter and push up as you try to get up on the ice to break it free. And this is not something you want to do with a thin fiberglass hull boat. I wouldn't advise it. Steel hull, heavy duty aluminum hull like the ones that we got. Like my boat, Brent was saying, they don't make them like that anymore. That is the 1958, and they made them things to last forever. The same thing with this work aluminum welded. Yeah, there you go. Look at that piece of ice crushed over right there. That's that's probably almost 5 inches thick. Crazy. Can't do that with a thin aluminum boat. It doesn't really look that thick until you start breaking it up. But he did it. He got in here.